this time, I'm gonna try to be as open-minded and positive as possible. Alright, so for those of you who are new to the channel, I want to say welcome to the channel. Hopefully you like what you see, and make sure you click that like button and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Right now we're on our way to 100 subscribers, and we're almost there, and we're getting closer every single day. So come and join me and the greats over here, and we'll be getting to that goal much sooner than we think. Now, let's get into the video. So, this will be the last time I cover this chapter this week. I promise you, there's so much more content I want to do coming this way, especially some Star Wars stuff. I won't talk about this chapter anymore this week. I'm just gonna go through what happened in the chapter, and I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts at the very end of it. So let's go right into it. So the chapter picks up literally right where we left off the first time, with Vegeta fighting Granola. And as I said before, I didn't think the fight was over the first time, and we see from right off the get-go, Vegeta is struggling with Granola. So he has the new God of Destruction form, and it is still not enough for this kid. And this kid, from what I can see, he doesn't have a transformation. This kid is just naturally that powerful. It's probably something to do with the Cerulean race, but again, we have an issue here where Goku and Vegeta spent all these years training, and then somebody can catch up to them like that. That's red flag number one. And they're going back and forth, but Vegeta's losing the fight, and at one point Vegeta's on the floor and Granola's about to deliver that final punch to finish Vegeta off, and Goku steps in and saves him right at that last second. Goku's no stranger to saving people. We all know Goku does this from time to time. But after he saves Vegeta, Vegeta gets pushed out of the way, and then Goku and Granola go at it for a little bit. So then we move on, and then we see Goku and Granola are still fighting, and Vegeta's off on the wayside, and out of nowhere, Vegeta comes and he kicks Goku right in the rib cage. Red flag number 2. We're only about, what, 30 pages in? Maybe less than that? I thought we were already past this stage of Vegeta's life where he's attacking Goku and he's upset that Goku's jumping into the fight. I thought Vegeta was well past this. I mean, isn't this something that we covered back in the Buu Saga?
You're better than me, Kakarot. You are the best.
Vegeta's character has grown since then. And now I have seen a few people mention that this is a problem to them in the chapter. I am one of those people. How is it that all this time we go from Vegeta admitting Goku's number one to Vegeta wanting to catch up to him again, and then we go to the Dragonball Super Broly movie where they're fighting side by side, to Vegeta now kicking Goku in the stomach? This is something he would have done back in the Majin Buu Saga before he became Majin Vegeta, or right around that point. You're bringing the character 10 steps back. You're not pushing him forward. Don't worry, we're gonna get into them bringing him 10 steps back a little bit later on. This is the picture that we've been seeing all over the internet where Goku makes the promise to Vegeta. In the manga, he doesn't even really make a promise to Vegeta. He just tells Vegeta, try not to die. That is like a callback to one of the best lines in the Buu Saga.
Stay alive, okay?
Thanks, but I'm already dead.
So then we see Vegeta continue to fight Granola, and he powers up immediately into the God of Destruction form. This was something I liked because it shows that he has control of this form, but this was also something I questioned because it's kind of the same thing with Ultra Instinct, where they get the form and then they just master it like that. Vegeta and Granola go back and forth fighting. Vegeta gets some good shots in on him, and at one point Vegeta actually steals one of Goku's moves and bites Granola. Now I thought that was a little funny, you know, we never really see Vegeta fight like that, and it was just funny to see. Granola ends up tossing Vegeta on the floor and doing his little Yu Yu Hakusho. Now I covered this in my last rant, so I'm not gonna go too much in depth with it, but he unloads on Vegeta and lights this man up like a Christmas tree. Now, I did see a few other people say that how come Vegeta didn't die from this. Listen, what we know about Vegeta from Dragon Ball, Vegeta can take a lot of punishment. Do y'all remember the Kid Buu fight? I thought so. Now what I did have a problem with, Granola then gets up and sends Vegeta flying with an attack. He just launches him so far, and he gets up and we see Vegeta's knocked out of the God of Destruction form. I mean, when Goku went into UI, it didn't matter what Jiren did to him. he was still in UI. Vegeta, on the other hand, no, he can't have a form more than 2 pages. Granola looks around and he sees a family to his side, and the family is witnessing all the damage and destruction, and the mother's holding her child, and it starts to remind Granola of what his family went through when the Saiyans were destroying his planet. That sends Granola into the most furious rage, and he charges up the mother of all ki blasts that we have seen. And it's like he's putting his life force, his essence, everything he can into this one attack, because he's ready to absolutely murder Vegeta. And you know what Vegeta's doing? Vegeta's just standing over there on the other side, base form, saying, if this is the Saiyans' fate, so be it. Don't go into a rant, don't go into a rant. And Goku's screaming, no, don't do it. And then Monaito shows up and it throws Granola off guard, which then gives Goku the opportunity to shoulder charge Granola and knock the ki blast out of his hand, or knock him out of charging the ki, whichever one you want to say. So look at that. Vegeta's a damsel in distress now. He got saved 3 times by Goku in this one manga chapter alone. Let that sink in. So then Monaito lands and he says to Granola, I didn't tell you the truth. There was a Saiyan that actually saved you. That Saiyan's name is Bardock. And that's where the manga chapter ends. But what it seems to me what they're doing with the character of Vegeta, they don't know what they're doing. These were my initial thoughts after I read the chapter. Toriyama needs to either end Dragon Ball Super or let somebody else write it. Him and Toyotaro are doing an absolute awful job with the character of Vegeta. Think about this for a second. I know some Dragon Ball fans that actually prefer GT to Super. Let that sink in. And they hate GT, but they think Super is way worse. Super is shit and it's still going on. This is what we all know. Toriyama creates a blueprint, gives one to Toyotaro, he gives the other one to Toei Animation. They come up with their own thing. This is why Evolution Blue is not a thing in the manga, but it is a thing in the Super TV show. And they put their own little twist on it. Toyotaro is just as bad a writer, if not worse, than Toriyama is at this point. Toriyama used to be a great writer. I think the best 3 sagas that Toriyama has ever written in Dragon Ball history is the Saiyan saga, the Namek saga, and the Cell saga. Me personally, I flip-flop between the Saiyan and the Frieza saga. They're both so incredibly well written, but the problem here is Toriyama does not know what he's doing with the character. Now I see a lot of you say that he doesn't understand the character, he doesn't know what he's doing, he needs to stop writing it, he needs to give it up. All those are correct, but the thing is, Dragon Ball is a cash grab at this point. You know they're not going to stop doing it. What needs to change is there needs to be a new direction, a new writer, because Toriyama and Toyotaro are absolutely terrible at what they're doing. And Toyotaro puts his spin on things, and majority of the time, people don't like what Toyotaro does because his writing is shit. I'm sorry, your writing is bad, bro. It's not good. I personally think they need a new direction. Now, when it comes to Vegeta, let somebody else write the character for you, or just don't include him in anything at all, and just let this be the Goku show, which it already is, but just take Vegeta out of it. Super is literally GT 2.0, but the storytelling is worse in every way. How do you do that? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know what the next move is, but at this point, this was the last chance for Vegeta to really win or defeat any main threat. This was the last chance. So there's gonna be a lot of people that give up on the series, and there's a lot of people that already just gave up on the series. Think about it. If Dragon Ball had different outcomes, you know how much better the anime would be? You know how amazing the anime was when Gohan was on top? Super just needs a new direction. Like I said, I'm just trying to be a little bit positive and more open-minded today and not so much negative, but it's time for Toriyama to just stop writing Super. Let somebody else do it. And Toyotaro, don't even put your fucking paws on it because you're garbage too. That's my review for it. I think the series is garbage at this point. This chapter was awful. I will read the next chapter because I know a lot of y'all want to see what I think about it, but I read these chapters now just knowing it's going to be garbage. Like, you set your expectations so low, you can't be disappointed, am I right? Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like. Don't forget to share that video and hit that subscribe button for those of you who haven't. I upload content all the time, so there's always going to be something to see. That's all I got for you.